In this callback area of the team members dashboard, I'll first make the distinction between a callback and a punch list. A punch list is used when you are installing a project and you just don't finish for whatever reason. You're short something, you ran out of something, you ran out of time. Callback is when the client calls and says something is wrong, something is broken, something is damaged, something was not done correctly. It might even be the equivalent of a warranty issue. And so the callback is structured very similarly, as a matter of fact, almost identically to the punch list because they're very similar things. We need to go to the residence or building where there is a problem and we need to address one or more things. And so here we'll see a little bit different layout than we saw in the punch list, in the sense that we have this parent item and then two child items under that parent item, and then like a grandchild item. And you're welcome to use this if you want to. You see here that we can go another level and you can go another level and keep adding sub items. But this is the thought of this project happens to be 4437 La Granada, and then the sink door is loose in the kitchen. And there's a scratch on the cabinet 23 door number 2 in the laundry. And then we're using this grandchild sub item to be able to say this is what we need, and maybe over in the notes we would list the color, or even right here we could list the color. That's one way of doing it. And then down here we're just using that parent item all the time. So we're linking the item to the project and to the room, not linking a parent item to the project and then child items to the rooms. Lots of ways of doing that. And the status is just like the status in the punch list. It's going to start out as reported. Somebody has either put these items in there and reported them, or someone has called and said, hey, this needs to be done. And then we would schedule it. Typically on a callback, you're having to get into a residence that someone's living in by that point most of the time. But even if they're not living there, it's probably locked. And so it's something that needs to be scheduled. And then when you actually start working on it, you would make it in progress. And when you complete it, you would complete it. And then I would recommend always on callbacks, not necessarily punch lists as much, but you notice that the last field over here is postmortem. And on callbacks, I would always do a postmortem, kind of thinking about what could we have done differently to prevent this callback. Sometimes there's nothing you could do and that's all you would have to write. But if there's something you could have done differently, you would want to document that and start working towards doing whatever it is that would prevent it from happening. And obviously with callbacks, sometimes they're billable items. And so when they are, you would check that, and then the date they were billed, somebody in administration would do that. So that's everything about the callbacks.